Going live for the first time. And for those of y'all that don't know me, uh, my name's Richie, and I've been trying to do a lot these past couple of years. We changed our whole life in the past couple of years, and we're doing a lot of different stuff. Um, so a little bit of a backstory for the past couple of years. COVID happened. We lived in downtown Cincinnati, and it wasn't fun. Riding around to different stores trying to find toilet paper, uh, wanting to have certain greens or certain things, and you can't even have those because the stores were restricting you and all different kinds of stuff. So we made a decision one day shortly after all the stuff happened, and it was probably the best decision I've ever made, and I've made a lot of bad decisions, so, that's probably not saying much. But anyway, so this is our first live, and we're changing our whole life around. We were living in the city. I'm gonna flip this camera around. Now we live out in the boondocks of Alabama. We are growing our own food. We have beans and broccoli, and we built this fence from reclaimed material. It's not perfect yet, but we just got here a couple of months ago. But as you can see, our beans are doing real good. Our fence keeps our dogs in. Got our own little sitting area, little car, or little sitting port. The chickens are doing good. They're loving it. Ain't that right, Cheep Cheep? Yep. So they like their own little coop. We got a little cat coming around here a lot, but yeah. Anyway, first live. So I just want to talk a little bit about what we're doing and why. Why did we leave Cincinnati? Well, I got tired of the violence and the problems, and so we went all the way up to Michigan. And then we found out it's very cold in Michigan, so we went to Alabama. But as you can see, we got beans and broccoli and cantaloupe and tomatoes and peppers. Look at our first pepper right there. Ooh. Strawberries. I'd say at least 20 different kinds of fruit, vegetables, things like that. But we're building all this stuff. We're doing it all for what reason? Because I am tired of prices going up, eggs going up. I just paid $4 for a thing of eggs. That's nuts. There's our blueberry bush right here. And so we got a bus. We came down here, and we're trying to do this. We got a peach tree. We got more peppers and carrots and beans and cherry tomatoes and lettuce and herbs and green beans and peas, and we're working on grapevines. There's our pear tree back there, and we're learning to propagate too, so that way we don't have to buy this stuff next year. One thing I learned just recently is that broccoli in this tri-state area, you couldn't buy any. Like, you could buy it from the store, yeah, but there's our roses and our hydrangeas, and we're just getting these things going. Again, 2 months. I think we've done a pretty decent amount of work. The reason this is in the works right here is because it kind of was rotted, and so we're redoing it, and we want ourselves to have like a screened in area where we can also grow things like our strawberries or our grapevines will come up and down here and different things. But again, that's why we're doing this. We want to be away from all the violence and the problems, and it doesn't seem, it seems like it's almost impossible. Like, really, the only neighbors we talk to over here are the cows, and but still, there's just a lot of things that I don't like about what's going on, and I feel like the world is changing, and we need to change with it. And obviously, as you guys see, there's a lot of things that we cannot rely on anybody else in this world to do other than ourselves. And so we changed our life. I'm not you know, I'm not doing bad things. I used to be kind of a bad guy, you know. Um, but I'm gonna go on ahead and set this here. But I changed my life around. We garden. I'm trying to work it out to where maybe we can do our own nursery, and next year be able to help other people get pears and peaches and blueberries and strawberries and everything that they like, and easier. Uh, a lot of people think that they can't do it, but they can. But I know this is crazy because mine, it's rich news, high energy. I'm always, last year, a couple years ago, all you seen me doing was wiring stuff together and sound systems and lights and this and that and solar and water is another thing that I'm getting at. But I mean, the reason for all that is because I want things to grow. I want to be able to have food. I want to be able to have energy, power, music, the things that I want. And I don't want to have to depend on anybody else. Power goes out. Oh, now we ain't got nothing. No. We're going to have stuff. Might not be everything, but there's a big difference between a prepper and a person that's prepared. Like I was speaking with a guy at kind of like a Bible study thing. And I was telling him about how I prepare for all the things that I'm preparing for, solar and this, that, the other, mobile energy, just trying, why? And he says, and I'm like, what do you mean, why? He's like, well, the average person doesn't need that. You know what I mean? Why would you do something like that? Uh, and it got me thinking, and it made me think about my own life. Like, yeah, why are you doing this, right? Well, number one, I need it. My family needs it. And there's a lot of other people in the world that need it. And nobody else is doing it. So that's why, number one. Now, number two, that guy didn't know that last year in Michigan, a whole bunch of elderly people and sick people died in Michigan when the power went out for almost a week. They, some of them froze. Some of them didn't have the things that they needed. They couldn't get out. They didn't have the ability to be, because everything went out. A lot of people's water don't work. Anyway, so I don't want that to have to happen. So, and I understand like energy, power, this, that, the other, right? We need it for civilizations and this and that and the other. You gotta have it. You don't want to live like a caveman. You know what I mean? And in the bigger cities, you got that. But I feel like power is more manpower. I feel like the reason that they provide that energy that we have to pay for and work for, right, is so that way they know where their manpower is at when they need it. It's a weird concept, but I just feel like there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't think about, and they're just oblivious to the world. And being out further away from people and working on everything that I'm working on, me and Crystal, we're always growing stuff and trying to build batteries and trying to do things solar and trying to understand water and the manipulation of water, how to make it go where you need it to go, drainage and things like that, and not wasting a lot of things. Funny thing is a lot of people, they don't believe in me. They don't believe in my knowledge. They don't believe in anything I have to say. Why? Because number one, they don't want to, and number two, because like I said, I wasn't that guy before. But when all this stuff happened, I started learning. I started taking every day to do something that I wanted to learn. And I have cognitive impairment, so I actually have a lot of problems learning things and keeping that knowledge inside of my head. So I try to learn basic things, and then kind of grow off of it. And I forget a lot, and I have to go all the way back and start over anytime I want to do something that I did last year, because I can't remember what I did last year. And it's not cool. It sucks. But in a way it is, kind of cool because if you think about it now, I have extra space for other things because I done lost a whole bunch of stuff. So now if I'm learning this and this and this, but it all kind of ties in together, and everything that I do ties in together, and people don't even understand that. Like my whole everything is all one big working system that I'm really trying to build, and it's going to be for a lot more than just electricity or power and a light. Um, it's about power and self-sustainability, and not only just self-sustainability, but sustainability to be able to help other people in need. And I tried to help people through many different ways when I was in Cincinnati. I'm a member of Twin Chapel AME Church in Forest Park, Cincinnati, and they kind of changed my life around a lot, and gave me things to do, and then I would bring people there and try to help and this and that and the other, but then right back after, we gave them whatever we needed, and then like they needed this or they needed that, my church would hook them up with whatever, and then they would go right back to whatever they were doing that got them in the same situation that they were in, because they didn't learn from that. They're nobody, because, and I wasn't either. I kept trying to do the same thing, trying to help the same people, and it didn't work. And so we left. We sold my house and we went to Michigan. Helped a friend out up there. Well, it was a mutual help. He was supposed to we were going to fix the house all the way up, and then he was going to break us off because his house was far more expensive than mine was, and we were gonna both get our own property. Um, but he passed away. God rest his soul, Jack. And we had to get out of there. Obviously, it wasn't our house, and we had already sold our house to be there and help him. So God works in mysterious ways. And then I got up there and I got to doing all the things that I do, and I learned, not much humidity. I need humidity for this and that and the other. Well, I need this and this. I need more sunlight. I need more growing time. We tried to grow things up there last year. It didn't work out very well, and the only reason I'm going live is because uh, it allows me. It wouldn't allow me for a while. I'm really trying, but I know there's a lot of people that actually do watch the things that I do, and because they're willing to learn, they want to learn. I have people that are always like, "Oh yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that," but they don't want to, because it's mind racking. It's a lifestyle. This is sacrificing everything that we had and everything that we were used to change our life around and get rid of the past and work towards a brighter future to help in our own way. And we love growing things. I love messing around with 12-volt equipment, and just, I have bigger plans. I have so many plans, like, and I'm working on them all, but every piece of the puzzle has to be put together for any of them to really work. And so that's why it's taking so long. But I want people to know that I really am out here. I'm not messing around all the time. Like, I'm out here actually trying to do something to not only help myself, but others. And, a lot of people are going to look at me on this live stream like, oh, he ain't got no teeth. He's a crackhead, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Not me, man. I lost my teeth a long time ago to poor hygiene and a car accident. And yeah, I could get some dentures if I wanted to, but I really don't care. I don't care what people think. You know why? Because people don't think. People don't have anything to think about. They ain't got nothing over here that they need to even be worrying about, because there's so many things going on in this world. If they're not worried about themselves, then they're an idiot. And material things, this, that, and the other. No, I don't want no big rims, man. Look, I got some big old tires over there for mud, just in case I got to go out in the middle of the woods to do something or whatever, you know what I mean? But life is really crazy. But the more people that you have around you, there's going to be more problems. There's going to be, because there's more people, everybody's got a problem, right? And there's not a lot of solutions. So that's why I came out here. I told all my friends everything. Hey, look, let's do this. They were all like, yeah, we're back here. We're way back here, bro. We over here. You know what I mean? And I get that. I get that. Not everybody is willing to try to learn this lifestyle. Not everybody is willing to try to not. I can't really explain it. I really can't explain what it is we're doing and why. But just a feeling of that I know I'm doing the right thing for some reason. And yeah, I'm in a lot of different stuff. Like I, I can tell you about the floating spaceships that power and they float, and they light up and they play your music and different stuff, right? And I can even tell you the basics of how that works. But I thought of it on like a bigger scale. And I mean, I thought up, like why not run engines off of water in different ways that we could do it. And a lot of people are like, well, why would you even tell people things that you're thinking of and then the other people come out? Because I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it because I'm trying to help people. And one thing I know about people is we're going to have bills and we're going to have problems. For sure. Now, there's ways to eliminate all bills. Every bill. You got to pay. And since we didn't have money, we had to pay in time, work, and sacrifice of a lot of the things that we love and people that we love. But it is 100% worth it. We got so many different things going on that I'm happy to wake up every day and walk out here. And like I told my uncle this morning, like I was like, "What are you doing today? How you doing?" He's like, "Oh, it's the same day, da 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 da." No, but for me, it's not. Right? I woke up today. My blueberries were sprouting a little bit more. My pepper was a little bit bigger. They're growing. Their life is growing because life doesn't stop. It's not ever going to be the same day. There's always new opportunities, new this and that, and we have to get out there and find them. Sitting there watching TV, even sitting here watching me, you know, you're probably not going to get much done. And but I do appreciate you guys watching and listening to what's going on, and seeing all the things that we got. Well, not all of them. I showed you a little bit just because I wanted to talk or something. But when I was telling you guys about the flying spaceship and all that stuff, that it doesn't fly, it floats, right? It's on a stand, but it's got a magnetic pole that kind of holds it, like everybody tried to do with their back in the day with their. I did. I used to play magnets and all that stuff, but probably. uh, but anyway, and you can turn on the light and all that through frequencies, through magnetic frequencies. Okay? Electromagnetic frequencies, or everybody's like, "Ooh, EMP." No, look. There's ways to be able to make your light over there turn on with no wires. You have to have a directed frequency of energy, and you have to have a transmitter and a receiver, just like you do with your Bluetooth or anything else. There's always a positive and negative. See, I've always tried to get this out there. Like, in everything in life, there's a positive and negative. Everything. Including energy, like positive electrons, negative electrons. Like in your cells, you know what I mean? There's white and red blood cells and different, there's light and dark, there's black and white, there's just, in everything in life, there's always going to be a positive and negative. And the key is to balance. And that's what I'm after. I'm really just trying to balance. But I appreciate y'all watching this, and I just wanted to see if it would let me, because it wouldn't let me go live. You got to have like a certain this and that and the other to do it. But I don't know. I got 59 subscribers. I'm not a big YouTuber or nothing like that. I got about 10,000 views or something, you know. But I'm here to help, man. That's what it is. And, you know, I don't ever really get anybody actually sends me positive things like, hey, how do you do this? Or, hey, what do you think about this? I'll talk to you, man. I'm just tired of talking to that dude that keeps calling me about my extended car warranty or this or that or the other. Like, dude, I'm not stupid enough to buy an extended car warranty. Understand? I don't do that. You might as well, if it's you, just stop calling people. All right? If you're watching this, cold callers, man, just stop. There's so many other things you could do in this world to make more money. Just stop. Like, stop with the calls, man. God, we don't want them. We don't want none of the stuff that you're selling. Nothing. Not the policeman's ball. Not none of that. Just stop calling us, all right? That stuff's crazy. But no, but when getting out into the nature, just be careful. Know what you're doing, know what you're growing. You know, do the research on everything that you're doing and start doing research on anything instead of sitting there watching who slapped who at the Oscars. Like, watch something productive for your life. What does it matter who slapped who at the Oscars? That had nothing to do with your life or anybody else's life that you even know. And if it did, you know, well, I'm glad that you know Will Smith, you know. Tell him I said, you know, Chris Rock was cool. I mean, they're still both cool, but, you know, I do got to ride with Will. He's got better movies. But anyway, so, not one single person on there, but maybe somebody will watch. Appreciate the views and the likes and the dislikes and the comments and all that. But as you see now, you know, I got a lot of work ahead of me. I'm not done. But I did do all those. Me and Crystal. Yeah, we did all that. And there's actually more gardens all over there and things that you just can't see. And they're not ready yet, but this whole place is going to look 10 million times better. Why? Because I wake up every day at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning just to either think about what I'm going to do or actually do it. And that's the difference between, you know, no, I'm not prosperous, I'm not rich, I'm not nothing, but I'm happy. See y'all later.